Back in the early 1990s, Pearl Jam was known for their raw energy and powerhouse live shows. So, when they were offered the chance to go acoustic, it raised some eyebrows. But what no one realized was that the band had a bunch of hidden songs just waiting to be uncovered. Their journey to the famous Unplugged show wasn't exactly planned. It all started at a small music spot in Switzerland that felt more like a cramped elevator than a proper stage. With hardly enough space to even move, the band decided to try something different and play acoustic. Little did they know, this spontaneous choice would catch MTV's eye and lead to one of their most unforgettable performances. So, let's dive into the story behind Pearl Jam's Unplugged performance. When Pearl Jam hit the stage for MTV Unplugged, it was like they turned a regular New York City spot into something special. They brought along just their acoustic instruments and headed out to Queens on March 16, 1992 to the famous Kaufman Astoria studios. This place had seen a lot, like filming for big movies and being home to Sesame Street. But that day, it was all about Pearl Jam. Back then, Pearl Jam was riding high, with their album 10 climbing up the charts. They had just finished touring in Europe and were getting ready for their first big tour in the US. Songs like Alive and Even Flow were all over the radio and MTV, showing off the band's raw energy on stage. But at MTV Unplugged, they had to do things differently. They had to take their loud, rocking songs and make them sound good with just acoustic guitars. It was a challenge, but as soon as Eddie Vedder started singing Oceans, something magical happened. The crowd went quiet, and you could feel the excitement in the air. It was like Pearl Jam was showing a whole new side of themselves, proving they could rock just as hard with acoustic instruments as they could with electric ones. As the small audience watched, a transformation unfolded before their eyes. Eddie Vedder kicked things off with a grin, sporting his Chicago White Sox cap and his trademark brown corduroy jacket, later immortalized in the song Corduroy from the album Vitalogy. The rest of the band, guitarists Stone Gossard and Mike McCready, bassist Jeff Ament, and drummer Dave Abruzzi were mostly in the background. The crowd erupted in cheers as Vedder hit the high notes in Oceans, his hat miraculously staying put through the energetic performance of State of Love and Trust. But when Gossard launched into the iconic riff of Alive, Vedder finally let loose, his hair flying as he poured his heart into the song. Next up was the power ballad Black, perfectly suited for the Unplugged setting. Vedder's baritone voice soared, sweat glistening on his brow as he closed his eyes and poured his soul into the song. Ament and Gossard provided backup vocals, adding to the emotional depth of the performance, with Vedder passionately declaring, "We belong together," as the song came to a close. Despite the absence of electric instruments, Jeremy kept its haunting intensity. Ament's 12-string bass added depth to the performance, showcasing the band's ability to deliver a powerful rendition, even in an acoustic setting. While the iconic music video for Jeremy was still months away, Pearl Jam's Unplugged performance proved that they could deliver the song's emotional impact with just as much strength and conviction. The climax of the performance came with Porch, a song that aired last but was actually performed in the middle of the taping. Vedder removed his jacket during the rapid-fire intro, a symbolic gesture that signaled the display of raw emotion. Ament's unconventional drumming added to the intensity, while Vedder's passionate vocals resonated with the audience. In a bold move, Vedder scribbled "pro-choice" on his arm with a marker, a powerful statement that underscored the band's commitment to social issues. Watching Vedder's antics, it was clear that this performance was about more than just the music. It was a statement, a declaration of defiance against the status quo. Vedder and Pearl Jam aren't afraid to challenge societal norms, using their platform to speak out against injustice. Their involvement with Rock for Choice benefit concerts reflects the rebellious spirit of the grunge era, where music was more than just entertainment. It was a catalyst for change. As the set draws to a close, Vedder reflects on the experience, noting that it didn't feel like a typical TV show. And indeed, it wasn't. It was a powerful display of passion, energy, and unbridled emotion, showcasing the true power of live music. Pearl Jam's Unplugged performance wasn't just a concert. It was a moment in time, captured on film for the world to see, and a testament to the enduring legacy of one of rock's most iconic bands. Now, before we continue, we kindly ask you to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. Pearl Jam's Unplugged performance stands out as a key moment not only in their career, but also in the broader landscape of rock music. What makes this performance so special is the way that it showcased the band's versatility and authenticity in an intimate setting. Stripping away the electric guitars and amplifiers, Pearl Jam revealed a rawness and vulnerability that resonated deeply with audiences. One of the defining aspects of the Unplugged performance was Eddie Vedder's emotive vocals. Without the distortion and effects of electric guitars, Vedder's voice took on a new dimension, conveying a range of emotions with clarity and intensity. His delivery was captivating, drawing listeners in and immersing them in the emotional depth of each song. Moreover, the performance highlighted the strength of Pearl Jam's songwriting. From the haunting balladry of Black to the anthemic energy of Alive, the band showcased their ability to create powerful and memorable songs that transcended genre boundaries. This helped to solidify their reputation as one of the most influential bands of the era. The decision to use the Unplugged format also allowed Pearl Jam to connect with fans in a more intimate and personal way. By stripping away the layers of production, the band created a sense of intimacy that made listeners feel as though they were experiencing the music firsthand. This helped to deepen the emotional connection between the band and their audience. In addition to showcasing their musical talents, the Unplugged performance also served as a platform for Pearl Jam to express their social and political beliefs. After its initial airing, Pearl Jam's Unplugged performance gained legendary status among fans. Copies of the performance circulated on VHS tapes and cassettes for years, becoming a must-see for any Pearl Jam enthusiast. Eventually, it found its way onto platforms like YouTube, where it became a staple for new and old fans alike. However, it wasn't until November of 2019 that the performance received an official release on vinyl for Record Store Day's Black Friday event. Despite being a special release, the Unplugged set soared to number 4 on Billboard's Alternative Albums chart, proving the enduring appeal of Pearl Jam's stripped-down performance. This success was a testament to the band's growing popularity and the timeless quality of their music. It showcased Pearl Jam's ability to captivate audiences with their raw talent and authentic approach to music. Compared to other grunge bands of the era, Pearl Jam's style stood out for its less heavy sound, drawing inspiration from classic rock music of the 1970s. The band cited influences ranging from the Beatles and The Who to Bruce Springsteen and Neil Young. This eclectic mix of influences contributed to Pearl Jam's distinctive sound, which fused elements of stadium rock, post-punk, and alternative rock. As Pearl Jam evolved, they broadened their musical range with subsequent releases. Eddie Vedder, in particular, sought to push the band's sound in new directions, making their music less predictable and more experimental. Albums like Vitalogy and No Code showcase the band's willingness to embrace punk influences and explore unconventional songwriting. Vedder's vocals, often likened to a Jim Morrison-like vocal growl, became a defining aspect of Pearl Jam's sound. His lyrical themes ranged from personal introspection to social and political commentary, reflecting a deep sense of empathy and conviction. The band's dynamic also evolved over time, with Vedder taking on a more prominent role as a rhythm guitarist alongside Stone Gossard. Overall, Pearl Jam's Unplugged performance marked a significant moment in their career, demonstrating their musical versatility and enduring appeal. It showcased the band's ability to connect with audiences on a deeper level, transcending the limitations of genre and style. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more fascinating stories from the world of music. And also hit that notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest updates. Thanks for watching.